Hello grade 12 computer science students. This video is going to take you through how to create your first project in IntelliJ using the Java that we installed in the last video, and we're going to go through the What's That Diameter project. So here's the solution to that. So first Java project in IntelliJ if you haven't done so already, and it's going to be What's That Diameter. After this video, I'm hoping that everyone's up to date with their stuff, and you can do the bank account project after that. So if we just take a look at in our browser, here we go. So here's our browser with I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, so here I've cut to, I found where the, What's That Diameter project is. It's in 15-4 in the BPJ textbook, and it's asking you to create a new method for the circle class called diameter that just calculates the diameter. The circle class was something that was from 15-1. I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to copy and paste the code from that. If you look at 15-1, all of the code is there, and you'll see it from me as well. So let's go into IntelliJ to see what we do next. I'll just okay, so IntelliJ, and once it opens up, it may go to this screen where it says create new project. It may not. In my case it is. If you already had a project in IntelliJ, well, you probably already know how to do this, but anyway, you would, to create a new project, every time we make a new assignment or a new file, you want to go to create new project. So you can either access it from this screen, or if this pop-up screen doesn't come up, you can go to file new project from the file menu as well. I'm going to click on create new project, and we don't need any additional libraries or frameworks, so you'll just go to next. Just want to check that the cameras, yeah, everything's good. And then we're going to go, okay, so next, and then no template, go to next, and we're going to call this project What's That Diameter. And finish. So it's just preparing the workspace. Okay, so the first step we want to do is create our class. We're going to have two classes. Our first class is going to be the circle class, and the other class is going to be the tester class. So if we use this drop down just on the arrow, click on SRC, right click on SRC, go to new Java class, and we're going to call it circle. That's what it would like you to do from the instructions. If you already had the circle class, then I think that you don't even have to do this, but here's the copy and paste of 15-1. So I don't think you can copy and paste from the PDF. I had previously typed this out. So let's just go over it really briefly. This is a class that doesn't have a main method. We're creating our own class now in Unit 2. This line they have at the end of their project. I actually like it at the beginning. That's our state variable called radius. That variable is available everywhere in the class. Whenever we want to change the value of the radius, we'll be changing that value. However, the value comes from the main method, from our other class, from the tester class. So, and it's going to be called R. So remember to kind of, the state variable and this constructor here, this is the constructor, allow us to kind of use, it's a conduit that allows us to take the value R and place it inside of the class so that it can be used. Remember, I use that analogy of the castle walls where a messenger can bring the value of the variable up, read it out, but can't actually slip the piece of paper with the variable through the castle gates for whatever reason. Maybe there's an epidemic and they can't do that. So that's the whole point of the constructor. Kind of think of it as an impermeable barrier, but information can still go through, but a copy has to be made on the other side. So radius is our copy inside of our class, and it's called the state variable. We're making it public so that it's available anywhere inside of the class. Now we have a method called area. So this is our first method here. It's a public method, meaning it's available even inside of the main method in our other class. It's going to return a double. So that's what this double means. It says it's going to return a double. There's our calculation, just math times pi r squared, or math pi r squared, or pi times radius. Math.pi is accurate to so many decimal places. It's more accurate than 3.14. So if you're checking it later on with 3.14, you'll get a slightly different answer, so that's okay. And it's just going to return that value of a. Then we have a circumference method, and the circumference method. Remember, methods in Java do things. Classes are like cookie cutters, and methods allow us to accomplish things, kind of like procedures or functions in other languages. So this is just calculating the circumference, 2 times pi times radius, and returning that value to the main method, wherever that might be. That's our circle. I'm going to go ahead and create we're going to create our main method now. So if you can right click on SRC again, and new Java class, and I'm going to try calling it tester and see if this works. If it doesn't, we may need to rename it to what's that diameter. I'm not sure if IntelliJ will let us do this, but let's call it tester. And all we have to do in here, anything that we did in circle is now a class that's available to us. So all we have to do, and you can see this from the PDF, if I remember correctly, this is our tester class. And look at that, I'm missing my main method. See, I forgot that. I better put that in right away. So I'll put in the main method before I forget. Public static void main string args. There's our main method. And inside of the main method, you can see from there, they're creating a new, I'm just going to be doing that, okay? So from the circle class, we'll be creating a new creating a new object called circ1 equals new circle. This is the left side is the declaring, and the right side is the instantiating or creating part. So we're actually creating it, and we're giving it a value as well. I believe they use 5.1, so let's use 5.1 as well. And we can test this out. System.out.println circ1, and because it is a circle, I don't know, it's kind of going crazy right now. Because it's a circle type object, we can use any of the, just going back here for a minute, any of the methods that we already created, so either area or circumference so far. So let's use area and see what it gives us for area. Bracket, bracket, and don't forget the semicolon. Okay, so now we're good to go. We can try it out. We can go to run, and then just run. Now, IntelliJ is a really sophisticated piece of software. It's going to compile both of them, and then run tester, and use the parts of circle as needed. So remember what happens when we do this, when we run it. When it compiles it, it takes the Java file, which is a human readable file, and it creates a class file, which is not human readable. That's the Java class. And that Java class is then fed into the Java virtual machine. That's just a review from Unit 1. So I'm going to click on tester to run it. And it's just going to take a moment. Java is very slow because it does use this virtual machine. Now I've checked that previous to this video, 81.71. That is the correct answer. So there you go. All right, let's go back now to our circle, and it does let us call it tester, by the way. Let's go back to our circle.java file. So this is our circle class, and we're going to create this diameter method. Just want to see that we're still okay. 9 minutes in, so I still have some time. So we want to make our diameter. Let's see what it says in the instructions here. So in what's that diameter? It says add this method circle class. It says return a double. We already. Oh, diameter is going to be a new method that returns a double that's just the diameter of the circle. Okay, so I can do that. Let's see. So we're going to say public, and it said it returned a double, and it was called diameter. It's not going to take anything, and we don't need to take any information in, because the only information we need to calculate the diameter is the the radius, because the diameter is just the radius squared, right? So we're going to say create a new variable called double d equals radius. So what's the name of our state variable? It's called radius, so we can call it radius times 2. Radius times 2, because the diameter is, in my old age I forget these things. I have to look it up. That's so embarrassing. Diameter is radius times 2. Yes, it is. All right, good. And then we have to return d. Okay, so we're going to return d. Let's go back to our tester.java and test this out. And does it have any more instructions here? It says it should return a double, no parameters are passed. Your tester class test the performance of your new diameter method as follows. So yeah, just basically creating, it wants you to make a new circle with 35.5 as the diameter. So 35.5 as the radius, I should say, 35.5. And then it wants you to do circ1 dot diameter. Okay, and is that exactly what they have? It's using cir1. I'll make it exactly the same. cir1. And we should be good. So now we can run it. There will now be a run button up here. Now that we've figured everything, it's figured out how to run it. So we can run tester. And 71 is double of 35.5, so we're good. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. If you can make sure that you finish that bank account program that was posted online, it's in lesson 15. I'm just overdrawn at the bank. Okay, and submit that. Just the Java file. You only have to submit the Java file. And hopefully this helps you. Email me or let me know if this is helpful, if you'd like me to do something different next time. Okay, bye for now.